Hello YouTube, it is Paul here. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. And today we're gonna look into the McNees Dixon. Guys, I'm just gonna call it out now. So I unboxed it. I used it for quite a bit, and now I'm doing the full review. I love this thing so much. It's literally my favorite knife release of 2025, and there's been quite a few really interesting ones. But guys, this is just on another level. It's so good. I absolutely love it. And yeah, so let's dig right into it. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, and let's just do it. So this is the McNees Dixon. Jonathan McNees is a guy that makes knives. He used to be into custom knives. I think he used to do it from his garage, like a lot of other EDC guys started. Not just for knives, for flashlights, for fidgets, for pens, whatever you name it. So now he's growing, and I do believe that McNees creates some truly American products, truly USA-made products. They feel cool. Where's the box? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Like, check out the box. They take pride in that, and I do appreciate it. There's a feel to USA-made knives. There's a feel to them. So yeah, this is his latest drop, his latest creation, the McNees Dixon. I think this is based on one of his previous custom models from a few years back, but they upped up the size, so it's gonna be bigger. But yeah, this is the McNees Dixon, as I said, and it's awesome. Spoiler alert, I absolutely love this thing. I do have one small complaint, but you'll see about it later. So let's do some measurements. Let's see. So we should do the weight in first. Let's see. So let's do grams first. By the way, this is a very big knife. 156 grams. Let's do ounces too. 5.51 ounces. So as I said, this is quite a big knife. They do have weight reduction on the scales on both sides. Not sure if you guys can see that, but you can check over there. They did have to, and they succeeded to reduce the weight on it quite a bit, but it's still a heavy knife. It's a big knife, but for how big it is, I don't think this is a very heavy knife. 156 grams. I think that's what, close to a shaman, close to a Spyderco shaman. Anyway, let's see. So we've got a total length of 21.5 centimeters. Blade length would be right around 9.8 centimeters, and the cutting edge would be around, let's say, 9.5. So once again, this is a pretty big knife, guys. It's a beefy one. It's a beast. Like, look how thick this blade stock is. Let's do a comparison with some of the usual suspects. So we've got the Spyderco PM2. This is a Maximeth version with titanium scales, aftermarket titanium scales. Really cool scales. Not sponsored, but really cool. What else? We've got something that's quite popular. We've got the Benchmade Osborne 940. Obviously a smaller knife. So the Dixon compares to the PM2 in terms of length, but it's way wider and heavier, and it feels like, check out the stocks. Like, that's way wider stock. It's beefier stock than the PM2. PM2 is quite a slicer though. And this is, as I said, the Benchmade Osborne 940, another legendary USA-made knife. This one has the zirconium scales from Metal Boss, also US-made, also super nice. Let's close them up. There we go. As the profile, you can see, you get a shit ton of blade. You get a lot of blade on the Dixon for how compact it just folds out. So you can see it's even more compact than the Spyderco PM2. Obviously, the Benjamin Osborne is a smaller knife. Let's see how it compares to some other American-made folders, some legendary folders. This is gonna be the Hinderer Eclipse, another big beefy knife, and this is gonna be the Crease Revoom. All these knives are in no, this is not MagnaCut. No, this is USA, obviously, S45VN. So we've got S45VN, MagnaCut, and MagnaCut. This is probably my favorite folder in the collection, the Crease Revoom. But as you can see, 3 big knives, but still the McNees has such a strong presence. And I do believe that out of the new, let's say new, because obviously McNees hasn't been around since Hinderer or Crease Reeve have been, since they are part of the original USA-made Trinity, sorry. You can say trilogy, but let's say the Trinity, yeah? So we're missing Mick Strider, because I do not own a Strider yet. I'm working on that. But I do believe that the McNees, the Dixon, and the PM Mac 2, they belong in this range here. They're a bit more expensive than both. This is $675, I think so. Obviously more expensive in Europe. This is $550 with the 150 clip. This goes to $700 US dollars, and this one is probably $450 or so, plus the 250 on the scale, which also gets it to like $700. So quite expensive knives, but I do believe that the McNees is up there with those two. Okay, I do want to make another short comparison with the PM Mac 2, the other McNees knife. This, of course, is more EDC friendly, as the 3.5 blade is way smaller, but you do still get a lot of cutting edge, and the knife is way more compact. So as you can see, way more compact. I absolutely love this one, and now the Dixon too. As I said, I've been using it for quite a bit. Anyway, that's it for the comparisons. We've done the weighting, we've done everything else. Let's see, materials and hardware. It's titanium pocket clip 2. This is a bit sharp here, which I am not the biggest fan of. It feels like you can cut stuff with it. It can cut your pocket, definitely. But yeah, not a deep carry pocket clip. Titanium clip, titanium scales, and I believe, let's see, and titanium hardware too. So everything is titanium on the handle. But I do want to see, I believe everything is T8. Let me see where my screwdriver is. Oh, there we go. What do we have in here? We've got T8. Perfect. T8. 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 Please be also T8. Oh my God, thank you very much, Jonathan McNees. I love you, guy. I love you, man. So please stop using T6s, even on the pocket clips. This having a T8 is so cool. All over the knife is just T8 hardware, which makes it way easier to disassemble. I disassembled the PM Mac 2 quite a few times, and there was no issue with it. Please stop using T6s. Alrighty. Build quality, I would say this is almost perfect. So I do have a small issue on the build quality on this knife, and that's something a friend of mine also pointed out. It's that they could have just chamfered this a bit, just to make it smoother, you know? It feels sharp. It feels quite sharp all over the knife. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because look how smooth it is on the other model, on the PM Mac 2. This is so much better, so much smoother, and it feels better in hand. Like when you grab the knife. Oh, by the way, the jimping here is missing up top here, and I would have enjoyed a bit of jimping here too. But what I was saying is that this is way more comfortable in hand and to your palm, right? You also get the same similar, let's say, place for your index finger. So it's really good. It's very comfortable in hand. It's the same for the Dixon, even if it's a way bigger knife. So yeah, you do get like your thumb goes right into the place, and you can choke up on the very end of this. It's so good. So I love that. I just love it. But they could have made this. I do not believe this is so much effort on top. This is one of the things I love the most about the PM Mac 2, is that there's no sharp edges nowhere near on the knife. They did make this this part here on the PM Mac 2 is a bit sharper than on the Dixon, but the handle is more important. So that's my only complaint about the build quality of the knife. They could have done that. Okay, pocket clip. As I said, titanium pocket clip, not really dip carry, like not at all, but it's a big knife anyway. So that's not really an issue. This part here is also a bit sharp. It feels like the harpoon part on the Umnumzan, like this part here, which is made to cut stuff. It's quite sharp, but it goes very nice in the pocket. It feels great. You can pull it out easily. Great pocket clip. Nevertheless, I think it's way better than on the PM Mac 2. It's a very similar one, but it's I think they made some improvements on it, and it's quite better, I'd say. No option for lefties, unfortunately. It's only for righties. They will probably make some lefty versions. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sure. I have no insight, but I do believe that they could do so. Alrighty, blade shape and the steel. Blade shape is what's this? Is a drop point, yeah? You guys know I have no clue on the blade shapes. Anyway, it's a very versatile blade shape. I love how the grind just slims down. This is a very nice grind. Like the difference from the stock up top and the blade part, the actual cutting edge is just so big. It's so cool. They made it. They made it very thin here, which means it cuts nicely, and it does. I've been using it quite a bit. I went to the mountainside with it. I cut stuff with it. I prepped food with it. It does have some scratches, but it is gonna be a user. Always gonna be a user. And for people that think that I never use my stuff because it looks pretty good on the camera, yeah, I do. But you know, I do clean the stuff after I use it thoroughly because I paid a shit ton of money for it, and you know, I kind of want to keep it pristine. So yeah, sorry for the rant, but I had a video where people were complaining like crazy about the fact that I don't use my stuff. Yeah, I do. Guess what? I do use my stuff, but I don't use it to fight bears. I don't use it to cut down trees. I use it for basic knife tasks, and that's it. Anyway, let's move on. So MagnaCut steel, very good. MagnaCut is probably my most popular steel. I mean, the steel I have the most stuff in. The PM Mac 2 is also in MagnaCut. The Umnumzan is in MagnaCut. I've got quite a few other knives in MagnaCut. It's a very balanced steel. I love it. I kind of grew a bit tired of it. Like, guys, please, I know it's a great steel and the value is there and it's American, but please try using some other stuff, you know? Like, there's some other really cool, really cool steels out there which could be used. So, yeah, I do hope not everybody sticks to MagnaCut for the next 5 years or so, because the last couple, MagnaCut has been on fire. Everybody's putting it on their knives, and I know it's good. Once again, I know it's good, but I would like a bit more diversity. Alrighty. Next is my favorite part of the video, which is going to be ease of deployment and ease of disengagement. For deployment, we'll have a 10 out of 10. The blade is heavy and it literally flies out. Like, it absolutely flies out. The detent is tuned to perfection. The thumb flick is also working perfectly. You don't really need to think where you put your thumb. The hole cutout is just perfect. It's like this sort of smile with a sort of like a triangle on top, and it flows with the shape of the blade stock. And guys, it doesn't matter. You can put it here, you can put it here, you can put it in the middle. It doesn't matter. The blade will fly out because of that extremely nice detent. Also, as I said, the reverse flick, as you can see, it just jumps out. It flies out. Super, super nice. By the way, I did forget to show you that it does have this micro milling. I'm not sure if it's gonna focus, but I do hope you guys can see this. Like, look at this. Look at these lines. This is a micro milling. So beautiful. Anyway, I did forget about that. So ease of deployment, 10 out of 10. Ease of disengagement, I would say 9 out of 10. Because sometimes, I mean, at first, when I first got it, even if it was a bit used, the lock bar tension was a bit high, and it was a bit, it did hurt my finger, as you can see, a bit. To disengage it, I don't have a problem with it, but I cannot give it a 10 out of 10. It's going to be a 9.5 out of 10. Access to the lock bar is really good. It's really easy, and they made this part here super nice, especially when you grab the knife. But I cannot give it a 10 out of 10, so it's going to be a 9.5 out of 10 for ease of disengagement. Okay, let's move on. Price and value for this American-made beast of a folding knife. As I said, this goes in Europe, it goes for around 700 euros, 675 in the US, which I would say is a bit steep. I know that Jonathan McNees doesn't have the same capabilities or the same capacity to bring out stuff as Chris Reeve, Spyderco. But no, let's ignore Spyderco and Benchmade. These are not in the same league as Jonathan McNees. These are mid-techs. So let's compare it to Les George. It's a really good comparison. Let's compare it to Bill Koenig, I think, also is a good comparison. But yeah, so I believe that the price is a bit steep. I know that it costs a lot, especially if you don't make a lot of knives and a lot of models. If you bring out 3,000 knives a month, it's gonna be cheaper for you to manufacture it. So everything costs money. I would say this feels around 550. I would say 550 would be a more attainable price, in my opinion. Once again, these are my thoughts, but the value is there. This feels like a US made knife. It's super nicely made. Micro milling on the blade, the smoothness on the handle, the micro milling on the handle. Sorry, the way the blade is made, the thickness of the stock, the detent. It feels very, very premium, and I did not mind. I paid 700 euros for this, which is like $800, I think, something like that. So that's a lot, yeah. Those are the prices in Europe. So get the price from the US and add 30%, and that's the price you get in Europe. So just people are asking, why did you pay 1,000 euros for the Rosie? Well, because that's the price in Europe. So yeah. Anyway, the value is there. Who's this knife for? I would say this knife is for the enthusiast that wants a really, really beefy knife in his hands, a really strong knife, and wants the premium offer that McNees gives you, the premium feel of the knife. The action is also super, super nice. Once again, this is a big boy. It's a big boy. Big Dixon energy. But yeah, as I said, really cool one, big knife, super nicely made, T8 all around. It's a knife for an EDC enthusiast, I would say, but for a knife enthusiast, but it should be a knife that lasts you a lifetime. It's in the category of, as I said, of the Hinderer Eclipse, which is my favorite model from Hinderer. The Chris Reeve Umnumzan, which is also my favorite knife from Chris Reeve. It's literally in that category. So once again, final thoughts about the McNees Dixon. I believe this is by far my favorite knife release of 2025. Since they announced it, I was actually telling my girlfriend, I need to buy one of these, and she was like, yeah, but you own one of these. No, but I own the other model. And she was like, okay, but how much is it? It's like 700. Yeah, anyway, these are expensive, guys. These are expensive, but what don't we do for the hobby, right? So comment down below, do let me know. So two things I want from you guys. First of all, comment down below, do let me know if you consider buying a McNees Dixon, and if you consider that McNees Dixon, that the Dixon is in the same range as the other ones from the Holy Trinity. Also, what is the best knife release of 2025 in your opinion, if it's not the McNees Dixon? I'm really curious on that too. So, once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Please consider dropping a subscribe, dropping a like down below, comment, of course, the things I said and whatever you want. Once again, I do appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all. Bye.